Hey guys, welcome to another video with Acres of Adventure. I picked up a few supplies in preparation of starting our seeds within the next few weeks, and I kind of wanted to share what we're going to be using and why we're using them. So let's go take a look. Okay, so when you're starting seeds indoors, you have a ton of different options of how you want to start them. There are these trays here with the peat pellets that you can individually start them in, or you can get these cups like this that are biodegradable and you can just plant them in the ground and they'll dissolve. Or you can get larger trays like this. I think they're like 3x3 or something like that. Or you can get these individual little trays here that have 12 little slots and then a cover as well. This is what I've opted to get. I originally went and got these, and I still might use this, I'm not sure, but I wanted it a little bit bigger. And so since I am starting a few weeks ahead of time indoors, I wanted them to be a little bit bigger. And when you're starting with these little peat pellets, there's like no room for the plant to grow. They are going to get root bound really quick, and I just wanted them to have room to grow just in case we weren't able to get them out, like I said. So I opted to go with these ones because there is some depth here, and I thought it was really cool that we could see the roots. We are homeschooling, so I thought it'd be a great learning process for my daughter, that she could see how the plant grows and the roots and everything like that, and we'd be able to manage if the roots were to get root bound because we could see it. So I thought that was pretty cool. I found these on Amazon, and I'll link everything below in our description box, that way you guys can see. I am going to be using these as well. I'm going to use this for our tomato plants and our peppers. They do better with a larger container. They grow pretty fast. I have heard of people saying that these have molded and not broken down like they wanted. So I think I'm going to do a little experiment, maybe plant some of them in the ground with these cups, and then I'm going to plant some without these cups to see if it breaks down. And now, I also, when I was at the store and I got the trays, I also got this Jiffy seed starting mix. It was $6 for 12 dry quarts, and while a lot of people do use that to start, while I was doing some research, I actually found some other great options that are much more affordable. I will show you. It's actually really heavy, so hold on one second. So this is my option that I have found that is much more affordable, and is just straight peat moss. Now it is for to amend your soil, like if you needed to rebalance it and you needed to rework it, this is what that's for. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest, how our soil is in the back. That is still something that we need to discover. The ground is still pretty frozen. So I got this big thing. I think it was only like $13, $14 for 3 cubic feet. And it is like packed in there, and it's just pure peat moss. And in the Jiffy starter peat pellets, it's just peat moss. So I figured, why not get a huge thing? It can last me a long time. It could help possibly with the soil in the back, and go from there. So this is definitely a much more affordable option if you are starting a ton of seeds and you have soil that you need to work or in your beds. I thought this was a great option, and I've seen a lot of reviews of people doing mixes like this that actually work out really good for starting their seeds. So that will be the soil that we're going to be using for our seed starting. I will probably return the other ones because they were both $6 each for those little bags, and I would much rather use this big huge thing and see what happens. Actually, what I might do is I might open one of those Jiffy bags and do an experiment, a comparison of like the same vegetable side by side with just peat moss and with that mix, to see which one performs better, because I would like to know if there is a difference, if one performs better than the other. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll open one and return one, and then I will share with you guys the experiment of what one works better or not. Next up, I did opt to get some heat mats. I found these on Amazon, and it's just a 2-pack, and I'm going to use this for germination because we do keep our house relatively cold. I believe our thermostat is set at 66, 67, so it is a lot cooler than what a lot of the seed packets recommend, like 75 to 80 degrees. And it says that right on those MI Gardener seed packets, it tells me what temperature the soil needs to be for it to germinate, which is awesome because I have no idea. So I love that it gives me that information. So I opted to get these. These are like fairly priced. I kind of had a little bit of trouble deciding how much money to invest the first year of gardening. So I kind of went like middle ground. I will hope to upgrade within the years to come, but I kind of just wanted to get my foot in the door, get started with what we could afford right now. So I will link this as well. And then I also got 2 grow lights from Lowe's. These are just the basic Ferrimorse grow lights. It says here it's full daylight spectrum with 64K, 10K hours of life, 20% more light intensity, and 1100 initial luminance. Now, I did watch some of M.I. Gardner's gardening tips on his channel. If you have not watched him, you definitely should. He is a wealth of knowledge, and I've learned so much. And I think he said like 5,000 luminance is what he recommends, but they are pretty expensive grow lights, and we decided not to go that route right now, so I'm just doing what I can start with. But for right now, I think this is better than nothing. I just want to see how it does and go from there. The next thing that I got for starting seeds is this rack here. It is just like a metal rack. I'm going to be starting the seeds on here. It says that each shelf can hold 350 pounds, so it's definitely sturdy enough for any type of seeds that you're going to be starting and anything that you want to store on it afterwards. I picked it up at Lowe's. I want to say it was maybe like $50, and I'm really kicking myself because I wanted to check on Marketplace for them instead, and I just ran out of time, and I haven't been seeing them the last few days, so I went ahead and just purchased it new. But if you are watching this, definitely take a look out and see if it's near you at your local thrift store or Marketplace. Definitely cheaper than buying it brand new. These wire racks are great because you can hook up your grow lights to them and it will support them. So that is why I opted to do that instead of any type of plastic shelving or anything like that. I've seen a lot of experienced gardeners use these type of shelves, so I decided to take their advice and go with that. When I was at Lowe's, I was able to pick up a few more things as well. I got some garlic bulbs, and then I got this onion combination mixture. So these will just go directly in the ground as soon as the soil is workable, but this was on my list to have on hand as well. I feel like I'm slowly starting to get everything put together for the garden. My next step is to get my plans of building our raised beds. I don't think I'm going to be able to have the area that I originally thought I was going to this year. We actually might have some plans for adding possibly some animals to help clear that. Instead, we might just do some raised beds in a different part of the yard for a temporary solution. That way we can at least start our garden. So, you know, we all have to have a starting point, and I'm definitely one that I want everything to happen at once. And I think that is one of the hardest parts about gardening and homesteading, is that it just doesn't work that way. You have to do baby steps and to get your long-term goal, and I'm just not that much of a patient person. As I've gathered everything around and I've just kind of absorbed all this information, done a ton of research, starting to garden can be so overwhelming because there's so many different opinions and so many varying aspects of it, like where you're located and your frost dates and your soil type and your, where you have daylight in your home and the temperature of your home. And there's just so many varying aspects of starting seeds and starting a garden that it can be so overwhelming. There's no direct answer for you, really. You have to investigate and figure out what works best for your location and the seeds that you're growing. And so it's just been a lot of figuring everything out. I was actually hoping to film a video of starting seeds today, and my daughter was so excited, and then when I went and sat down and looked at the calendar, I'm like, oh shoot, we're a week early. So that was definitely a bummer, but I really would like to be later than earlier this year, just because we do not have everything ready out there. So I think it'll just be best for us if we push it back just in case. I really recommend, if you haven't already, to sit down, get your calendar out, count back the days and weeks until your last frost date, and figure out when you need to start your seeds. That is the number one thing you need to do. I wish I would have done it before today. So this is my pile of all my seeds that need to be planted from 8 to 10 weeks from my last frost date. So I have that all ready to go. What I love about buying the seeds from online, I got a lot of my seeds from M.I. Gardner, is it gives you so much information on the back of your seed packet compared to, I picked up some heirloom seeds at Lowe's, and they don't give you the same information. It's not as specific, and for a first-time gardener, I want all the information. I want them to kind of tell me how to do it and when to do it. So definitely I've been loving relying on the information on the back of these. And so like these bell peppers here say to start 8 to 10 weeks before last frost. So I am excited to finally hopefully start seeds next week. I will of course record that and share that with you guys because I am excited to share our journey of gardening with you. I hope this video was somewhat helpful for you and maybe slightly informational, educational. As a first-time gardener, I don't have too much knowledge to share, just me going through it and kind of what I've decided for us. But I want to encourage you that even if you've never done it or you don't know where to start, just start. It doesn't matter if you're going to fail or make a mistake. Everyone is learning, and you'll become better by just getting your hands in it and doing it. You will not learn as much just by researching nonstop and like trying to find all the answers. I think that is definitely something that I have realized, is that you have to go through it. I hope you like this video, and if you haven't checked out what we are planting in 2022, go check out my seed haul. I cover everything that I hope to be planting and kind of more of our garden inspiration goals there. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully the next one is planting some seeds in everything and getting all those started. Next week is the week, so be on the lookout for that. See you guys next time.